When hiking or snowshoeing in the winter, I sometimes wonder if my safety gear would save my life in a crisis. One item I always carry on my person in summer and winter is a thermal blanket, a space blanket. According to the blurb on the package, a lightweight thermal blanket is wind and waterproof and retains up to 90% of a person's body heat. I decided to test the thermal blanket to see if it lives up to its hype. The item comes in a 4x3 vacuum-pressed plastic bag and weighs 2 ounces. No doubt about it, the blanket is lightweight. As long as it remains in the package, it is compact, does not take up much room, and easy to carry. Once taken out of the bag, there is no way it will fit in its container again. When inspected, I noticed the blanket was thin and transparent. I also noticed the blanket was made out of some type of metal. This space blanket is 55 inches wide and 84 inches long, but I am sure larger and smaller thermal blankets can be found. In a worst case scenario, I believe a larger size blanket would increase the odds of survival. For this reason, I believe it would be best to have 2 or 3 blankets of this size on hand if needed. The test. I went outside in 5-degree weather to assess my 55 by 84 inch space blanket. I quickly noticed it was problematic to wrap the thermal blanket around me and keep it in place under windy conditions. But after finding a rock shelter, I was able to wrap the blanket around me, and it quickly warmed up to over 80 degrees in sunny conditions. The space blanket did protect me from the wind, and after a simple test, it is waterproof. But unfortunately, body parts not covered by the blanket were as cold as ever. One blanket was not enough to cover the whole body. A solution would be to carry more than one blanket. I soon noticed I needed another space blanket as ground cover to protect me from the snow-covered earth. This is why I would carry 3 space blankets on me to be on the safe side. On the whole, in daylight, with the sun shining, using solar heat, the blanket warmed up quite nicely. But what about night? Will the space blanket still work as a warming device? Let's see. Next, I went outdoors at night to test the blanket. With a steady, solid wind blowing, the temperature outside had warmed up to 32 degrees. But under the makeshift tent, protected from the wind, and by only using body heat, it was 65 degrees. Conclusion: the thermal blanket worked as advertised. Considering its weight and functionality, I would give it a thumbs up. And I will carry a thermal blanket when backpacking as a safety device. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe.